saying?
Oh, I just said this fucking music is so loud when I turn it on. It's blasted in my ear. Because I'm hearing earbuds now, so it was so fucking loud when I just turned my game on. Fuck.
Dude, I was in Florida for the week and I hadn't smoked all week. Now I smoked and I feel weird, bro. Like, doesn't feel as good as it used to.
Doesn't feel as good? Damn, it's usually better
Bro,
after.
it's like, it's making me anxious and shit. And it's doing the same shit to my brother.
Really? Fuck.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm fucking just trying to smoke, but I can't because if I cough, it hurts like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, dude.
So I've got 3 holes.
Wisdom teeth surgery. I know it's probably not as bad, but dude, I was in so much pain for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Shit's so bad.
I have 3 holes in my stomach right now.
Yeah.
Because because they didn't. So when I don't know if you know about the appendix removal, but so luckily they didn't have to do so if they got to do the actual surgery and they have to cut like right above like right in your groin, like right above your cock, like they have to put this huge slash, but but normally they can go in like they did and they went in, so basically they put a hole in my belly button and that's where they pull it out of the appendix, then they put a hole like underneath, like on the bottom of your gut, and they put a hose up there and they fill your stomach up with air, then they stick a camera in another hole. And so like a lot of the pain is just they pushed all this air into my stomach. They blew my stomach up. So if like my stomach right now is like, my gut is like reversed, like it's bigger on the top, like by my breasts, than it is by my stomach. It's like pushed all the air up, so it's like and so it's like my stomach is like super distended right now, and I've got the holes, and then when I cough, it's like right in that bottom hole, dude. It's all bruised up, and it's like, oh man, it just like hits me, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. I want to smoke and get high, but it's like, man.
Yeah, dude. I bet. I don't know. Maybe it won't be the same for you, but I bet if you stop smoking for a while and then you go back, like it's gonna hit you way harder than it did.
Well, it's what I always try to take breaks, and like I try to take breaks here and there for.
I haven't taken a break in a while, so I wasn't ready for this shit.
Yeah, like I love taking breaks because it just hits me so much harder after a break. Whew, and I was on so many drugs. Yeah, they were pumping me full of Dilaudid for 3 days.
What is that?
It's
like a painkiller?
Yeah, it's like a super painkiller. Like they won't let you leave. It's only given in injections. And like they won't even.
So you had to stay at the hospital?
Yeah, I was in the hospital for 3 days. Yeah, they kept me in the hospital for 3 days. Yeah, they won't even let you leave because they wouldn't let me leave on Saturday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday night. So in the morning they said like, it's like we'll see how I am around like 11 o'clock, like once it was time for painkillers. Because I'm like, if I was, then I was like, that was when I had to make the choice of get off the Dilaudid and go home, or keep the Dilaudid and stay another night. And I'm like, oh, fucking just pass.
Did they give you any other shit?
Yeah, I have Percocet. But it ain't.
They gave me Hydros. It didn't really kill the pain that much. It was only like.
Yeah, I don't like any of it really. Like none of this stuff really works. The only thing it takes away is the stabbing pain that I have.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
It like numbs the pain to like a little bit. It doesn't actually.
Yeah, I don't understand why people enjoy this shit. I don't get it. Like.
It's because they are not taking it like a prescription thing. It's like in a bunch of them bitches.
I'm like, yeah, because these are the oxycodones. The hydros are the Vicodin. But yeah.
I think hydros are pretty similar to oxy.
Well, yeah, they're all pretty much the same thing. Yeah, it's like it's all acetaminophen, which is aspirin, mixed with the fucking oxy or the hydro, and they're both
Yeah, it's
pretty much
either
the same.
opiate or fucking morphine that they're giving you,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, like the perks you don't want
They
to.
just like to put a fancy name on it so people don't fucking know what's in it.
Yeah. Yep. Oxycontin, now that's the different shit. That's the cancer medication. That's the shit they give you when you're dying. You might as well get
Yeah,
the good
some
stuff when you're
people.
going.
I think my dad got OxyContin when he had surgery.
Yeah, for severe shit, they give you Oxycontin. Oxycodone is, I don't know, like Percocet to me hits faster. But I don't know, it's just, yeah, I don't like any of it, honestly. But yeah, it's like the more they wanted to do, like they started off with a morphine shot in the hospital, but I hate morphine because all it does is make my chest tight and my fucking makes me hot. Oh yeah, but the Dilaudid, that shit
Fuck.
just that shit fucks you up.
Yeah, they get hooked on that shit and then they can't afford it, so then they start doing fucking heroin. That's usually how it goes.
Oh yeah, I live in
It's a
Ohio.
lot of heroin.
Yeah, I live in Ohio. We have the one of the highest opiate fucking addictions on the planet. Like, we do. They fucking just give that shit to you here. Whew. I've never understood, man. I've tried all kinds of drugs and I never went back to anything but weed and mushrooms. Well, I got no problem with other hallucinogenics. I just don't do them because I'm scared. I got too much. I got too much evil inside me to do that shit. Ugh.
Yeah, dude. I think mushrooms are probably my favorite shit. Like,
Yeah, my friend's bringing me down some in a little bit. He's got some at his house. He's gonna bring me down since I
I was
can't
thinking
really
about
smoke.
buying weed today, but maybe I'll look for some fucking mushrooms.
Yeah, that's what I like. Like mushrooms. I don't trip though anymore. I just microdose. But my microdose is like I take like 2.5 grams sometimes at a microdose.
Jeez. I did not see that guy coming. He tagged me into a spike and chopped my head off
Oh god.
of the spike while I was already dead.
Oh, that's fucked up.
They fucking murked me.
I want to use this new Aero cam.
Oh yeah, do you know how to
Don't you just push and hold the button after you shoot?
no, do you know how to flourish your weapon, like spin it? It's L3 and square. You basically shoot the arrow and then press that. It's only really good for long shots because the arrow travels too fast to like constantly arrow cam.
Oh, does it? That sucks. Because they say that's what saved Chivalry 1 was the Aero cam. They put that on and people loved the game after that.
I forgot that you can't dodge away from great swords. It was a bad call.
Ooh. Yeah, well, this has been like the worst fucking this entire summer, man. I was out with my foot and I thought I was gonna have to have surgery on that, but it turned out I didn't. It started healing up and then next thing you know I'm fucking in the ER with my appendix about to burst. But my stubborn ass doesn't like to go to the hospital for nothing. And if I wouldn't have went to the ER on Thursday, I could have died. Because if your appendix bursts, it can kill you.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a fucking useless organ that does absolutely nothing but go bad.
Yeah.
It just
My friend had to get his appendix removed.
yeah.
I heard that shit was pretty bad. Like is it erupted on him too or whatever?
Well, yeah, if his shit erupted, it's real bad because it's attached to your colon, so it's like this little fucking flap thing at the bottom of your colon So if it bursts, it just fills your body with toxins. It's just leaking toxins from your colon at that point. So
Yeah.
it's very dangerous for your appendix to burst. So it's like one of those things where it's like, it's almost just like a fucking cork. Serves the only purpose it is a fucking cork.
Yeah.
But you can't remove it as a child because you have to let it grow. Because like one of those things is like literally it does nothing. It's like, man. But we don't know what that thing does. And I hate going out. Like I hate getting put out for cert and shit. So I felt bad for the nurses when I woke up, because when I woke up I was like, fuck. I was like, son of a bitch. She's like, I need you to calm down. I'm like, I'm fucking trying, goddammit. It's like
Yeah, dude, I actually woke up while they were pulling my wisdom teeth out, and like I didn't really feel any pain, but I felt them
the pressure
ripping my teeth out, and it felt like
it's pressure, dude.
like
It's
I
horrible.
did not want to be awake.
No,
Dude, when that what's it called? When the anesthesia wore off, bro, that pain was like some of the worst pain I've ever fucking felt in my life.
Yeah, well, when I was in basic training, I had my wisdom teeth come in, and so I had mine pulled out at basic training in Fort Benning, Washington. So I go in there, and they gave me the first shot of lidocaine, and they went and they poked my shit, and they're like, can you feel that? I was like, ow, yeah, and they're like, all right. And then they start fucking pulling it. I was like, god damn it. I was like, ah, it hurts so bad, dude. Like, fucking, they pulled that bitch out with hardly nothing.
Man, that sounds horrible.
Oh, it was fucking torture, dude. I was so mad, dude. I was in so much pain. It was fucking horrible. But I got 2 days of quarters in basic training, which was awesome. Which is
You only got 2 days?
Yeah. They gave me
Dude,
2 days.
That pain lasts a long time.
Oh no, I was right back out. But it wasn't that bad because I was shooting that week. I missed that. I didn't get to do the hand-to-hand combat in basic training when we got to beat each other with those fucking I forget those things called, those where you stand on little blocks and you hit with those little what are those fucking things called? It's like American Gladiator shit. I forget what they call them. The batons, those big foam batons and shit. Which I had people like. And the thing about basic training is like we all hate each other. So like everybody in basic, we fucking hate each other. Because like if somebody gets in trouble, everyone gets in trouble. So everybody has a reason pretty much to hate everybody. Nobody really likes each other. Like,
oh yeah, I see.
Like every night there's somebody fighting. Like I've fought many a times in basic. But the thing is like if somebody else fucks with somebody in your platoon, yeah, dude, like you'll all fight together. It's like that's my job to kick his ass and not yours. You don't get to touch him. Like it's funny, like
Y'all just fucking brawl.
Oh yeah, like we had a fucking somebody came in and fucked with our shit one time, so we went into their room and started fucking all their shit up, and then they came in, there was like a big fucking riot in the basic, and it was like us versus all 3 other platoons. We were by far the worst platoon. I think we had all the dudes that were supposed to be in prison, and we were just like they hated us. Like we fucking got in trouble all the time. We were the shitbags. But the problem is we worked together better than anybody out there. We won every single platoon function, even drill. As much as we were fucking shitbags, we drilled better than anybody. Like we won every competition and we fucking annihilated everyone and got platoon to the cycle. But they didn't want to give it to us because we're fucking dirtbags. Like started a fucking riot.
Yeah.
Like, but nobody could work together better than us. Like it was funny. It's
Yeah,
like
that's funny how a squad who all hates each other
Yeah.
works the best together.
Yep.
They just don't want to get each other in trouble.
Well, it's not that. It's like it's the thing about camaraderie. It's like the camaraderie thing. Like there's literally people on this planet that, when I went to combat, if somebody would have given me a gun and said I could murder these people and I could get away with it, and there would be no repercussions, I would end their life because I don't think they deserve to live on this planet. But God forbid if you were to fuck with them. Anybody, if you don't serve, and you fuck with that person, I would fuck you up, because it's not your right. You haven't earned the right to kill that guy. You know, like
Yeah.
we fucking hate each other, but god damn it, like it's like it's crazy. Like there's a few people that I would let die.
Did any of your comrades die?
Hmm. Yeah, when I was blown up, my platoon sergeant was killed, and then I got another. Well, we lost 10 guys, and 10 whole guys were killed in my battalion. 2 of them were mine.
Damn.
We lost 2 guys, and then the other one guy lost one of his eyes. The Navy SEAL.
And he lived?
Yeah. Yeah, he lost his eye. He lived. The Navy SEAL, I don't know if he got vision back in one of his eyes or not. But the one Navy SEAL, he lived, but both of his eyes were fucked.
Damn. Where were you deployed?
I was in Iraq, in Mosul.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Well, I was in Colombia before that, in South America. You can invite me whenever, too. I don't think you're still in the game. But,
Oh shit.
oh, well.
Yeah, I'll just.
But yeah, I was in Iraq. I was blown up 8 times.
8 times?
Yeah. Well, we would drive. So Iraqis are cowards, and they don't want to fight. So the only thing they try to do is ambush. They'll try to do an IED, and they'll try to ambush you if they have an advantage. So you have the normal infantry platoon who drives around with like 20 to 30 vehicles. You know, just big presence. And then there's us, which is the recon scout platoon, which is, we were 25 guys, and we roll around in 3 vehicles at the most. And so we would, when they would call in IEDs, someone would call in an IED, it was either the bomb squad would go blow it up, or the other movie they're not gonna make, the bomb squad, was full of complete shit. Because most of the time what they did was they would send us in, and we would bunker down in our vehicles and drive through the IED like we didn't know it was there. We would let them blow us up so that they would come out and try to ambush us. And usually we'd have...
That's fucking wild.
Because the vehicles we had, like, as much as it's horrible, like, so when my platoon sergeant was killed and I was injured, so when I was injured, I had superficial burns from head to toe, and I took shrapnel in my arm. And the shrapnel was from the 240 machine gun on our vehicle. It was cut in half and thrown inside, and that's what hit me and knocked me out. Because we were hit by a 107 rocket. It was one of our own rockets that was taken from our base before we got there. And they fucking shot us with it. And it was pretty much everybody in the vehicle was injured except the driver. But the vehicle drove away. Like, this thing is used to take down helicopters and planes, and we drove away from a 107 rocket. It was insane.
How big is that?
It's this, like, it's pretty big. Like, you can't, it's not something you can just fire. It's a crew-mounted weapon, like, goes on the ground. It's about 4 foot. About 4 foot tall. Like, you literally have to put it out on the ground and launch it. You can't just shoot it, you know? But yeah, they broke onto our base before we got there and stole it. They stole a bunch of our shit. They blew up our chow hall too while we were in it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they had suicide bombers in our chow hall one day.
That's why fucking going to war with Afghanistan and Iraq is just like it's never gonna end because
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
all they do is hide and blow shit up.
Well, Afghanistan
Occasionally ambush you.
Yeah, Afghanistan's a little different. God, I got the wrong controller, dude. I can't. My shit's just going up.
Because the landscape there is it's fucking huge, and they can just hide.
Yeah.
It's just a huge desert.
Yeah. See, I went through a different type of war, because I was in a city. So I wasn't in a big open area. I was in a city. So it was different for me. I was kicking indoors, you know. So I don't know what it like. I don't know whether I'd. I mean, I think I would rather been in the city.
Who is an innocent civilian and who's not?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's usually like.
They didn't have to do that in Vietnam, and they still fucking lost.
Yeah.
They would just fucking kill everyone when they went to Vietnam.
Well, we didn't necessarily lose Vietnam as much as we pulled out like we did Afghanistan. We just left.
Yeah, but the thing is, fucking Biden is about to send us back.
Well, he already sent people to Kabul. Troops have already been sent to Kabul. Yeah. See, when I went to Iraq, I was just like, I grew up very religious, and I was gonna at one point in my life be a youth pastor, so I know the Bible pretty well. And as soon as I got to Mosul, I realized where I was at. I was in Nineveh. So in the Bible, Nineveh was like the shithole of the planet. And Nineveh is very, and a lot of people that don't know about the Bible will still know Nineveh because I'm sure you know Jonah and the whale, the story about the dude that gets swallowed by the whale. That was Nineveh.
Yeah.
That happened in Nineveh, and it was because because Jonah was like, I'm a servant of God, and God's like, if you really trust me, then I need you to go to Nineveh. He's like, well, about that though, God, I kind of don't want to go there. Like, it's a shithole, and so he goes. Then he didn't want to go, so they fucking get eaten by a whale. So it's like I literally went to like the biggest shithole on the planet from Bible times, and like. I'm fighting a war that's been going on since before Jesus. Like,
yeah,
nothing's gonna happen here. Like, this was going on before the times of Alexander the Great.
For the civilians there, but it's not fucking worth it anymore.
It's not, and it's one of those things where it's like, and some of these people, like, I don't know, like, it's like. They want help, but they don't know how to accept it. They only know how to be controlled. And when we would search houses, every house was allowed to have one AK with 2 magazines. That's what you were legally allowed to have. And they recommended you have it for protection. Right? And so you'd go into a house, and the reason you would know that there was an enemy there is because the weapons would be like newer and working, because most civilians had like shitty ass busted down AKs that didn't even shoot. They didn't even know how to use them. They just had them because they were told to get them.
Yeah.
But if you found a handgun, you just shoot the dude on sight because he's a fucking terrorist. 2 things you didn't want to get caught with in Iraq by an American soldier is a concealed pistol or a fucking cell phone after an attack.
Is it kill on sight?
Cell phones, yeah. If we get attacked and someone's on a cell phone, because they videotape that shit and send it to the news. And we got blown up one time and vehicle flipped over and our sergeant major was in the vehicle, and within an hour of that happening, it was on Al Jazeera News. So, from that point on, if you see anybody with a phone after an attack, you shoot to kill.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But they put a video, so like when they blew up my the chow hall, Cause I was right inside the chow hall. I was in line getting food when it happened, and it killed 26. But what happened? So the night before that happened, there was a video that surfaced on Al Jazeera News after the explosion, and it was a video of the guys that blew us up. They were driving around inside our base and videotaping our where we slept, and was talking about the infidels and how we were gonna die and all this stuff. And as they're driving, just videotaping our rooms and shit as we're sleeping, inside our base. Yeah, this place was fucked when we first got there. The unit there before us.
War is crazy because you can never really know what happens unless someone tells you. 'Cause everyone in the world is just spoon-fed lies about what goes on there.
Oh yeah, I was home for 2 years and saw footage of my unit on the news. I'm like, dude, that was 2 years ago. I know those guys in the vehicle. We've been home for 2 years. Or you see guys with my unit patch, and my unit was there's only 2 times my unit's ever been active in history, and that was during the Vietnam War and during the Iraq War. It was the only time 321 infantry existed. So I'm seeing 321 on the news 2 to 4 years after you get back, you're like, oh yeah, that's and so my ex-wife, when I was blown up, my ex-wife got sent home from work because she was just she got the call and that I was injured in an IED, and she just broke down. And so, but they told her I got shot in the head.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they told my wife that I got shot in the head. So by the time that I was able to speak to her, she thought I was just no, I had shrapnel in my arm. I pulled it out myself, in front of the nurse. She was like, do you have any injuries? Because I didn't know if I had anything. And I was just like, oh, and I just saw the shrapnel in my arm. And I'm like, just this, and I pulled it out.
Who told her that you got shot in the
Yeah,
head?
somebody in the fucking, whoever was in charge of fucking calling people. Why does my guy have a fucking torch? But yeah, this community, they don't know how to communicate. Oops, how can I can't switch, they won't let me switch my weapons.
Oh, go down and then up back onto change class. It's a button.
Okay. Yeah, I'm I can't even change the weapon. I'm
just move off of change class and then go back to it.
Yeah, I just did that.
Since they updated it, there's just more bugs. They fixed the old one.
Okay.
Makes you wonder if they ever test their game.
Yeah, really. It won't even let me change class right now. There you go.
They should do it how League and Smite do it, where they have a PTS.
Smite still annoys me. Because they can't...
even if it's only on PC, I don't care. At least someone is testing the fucking game.
Yeah. It's they still can't do an update on Smite without taking the servers, without fucking up the servers, and that's been out since 2014.
I just got killed by Ziggy Lada. I watched that guy's YouTube videos.
Really? Yeah, I saw him I tried to kill him, he threw a,
Yeah, he's
there
14
you go.
and 1.
I just killed him.
Oh shit, good shit. Clip it.
I
He's
got...
one of the biggest Shiv YouTubers.
Is he?